It was a cold harmattan morning in Lagos, Nigeria. The city was already alive, the buses honked, street vendors shouted, and the smell of roasted corn mixed with the smoke of burning tires. Amidst the chaos, a frail woman sat at the corner of Billionaire Market, wrapped in nothing but a torn wrapper. Her name was Amara. To everyone else, she was invisible, just another homeless woman begging for scraps, whispering strange things about life and destiny. But that morning, something unusual happened. A convoy of shiny black SUVs screeched to a stop near the market. Out stepped one of the most powerful men in Lagos, Chief Oba Adewale, a billionaire real estate tycoon. The crowd instantly recognized him, the man who owned half the skyscrapers in Victoria Island. Tall, broad-shouldered, with gold rings shining on every finger, Oba was a man everyone feared and respected. As he strutted towards his office, Amara suddenly stood up and cried out, her voice trembling but firm. "Chief Adewale, if you do not stop, you will lose everything you love within 7 days." The market froze. Vendors gossiped, children stopped playing, and eyes widened in disbelief. How dare a ragged homeless woman talk to the most powerful man in Lagos? Oba's guards rushed forward, ready to drag her away. But he raised his hand, curious. For the first time in years, he felt a strange chill run down his spine. "Who are you to speak such nonsense to me?" he demanded. Amara's eyes burned with an intensity that silenced everyone. "I am no one, but I see what others cannot. Your pride will be your downfall." The crowd erupted in whispers. Some laughed at her madness. Others shivered, remembering old African tales where prophets often disguised themselves as beggars. Oba, irritated but unsettled, waved his hand. "Take her away. She's mad." But Amara's words lingered in his mind long after he entered his glass tower office. Days passed. And just as she warned, strange things began happening. First, his only daughter, Zara, collapsed mysteriously at school. Doctors couldn't explain it. She had no illness, yet she wouldn't wake up. Then, one of his biggest construction projects crumbled overnight, killing workers and leaving his company drowning in lawsuits. Finally, on the 7th day, fire gutted his mansion in Ikoyi. His family barely escaped. Oba, once untouchable, now stood broken, desperate, and humiliated. Desperate for answers, he remembered the ragged woman's prophecy. Against the advice of his prideful board members, he went back to Billionaire Market, searching for her. And there she was, Amara, sitting silently, almost as if she had been waiting for him. "Tell me what you want," Oba demanded, his voice cracking. "Money? Food? Shelter? Just wake my daughter and I'll give you anything." Amara shook her head. "You still don't understand. It's not about money. It's about your heart." Then she told him something that shattered his world. Years ago, before Oba became rich, he had grown up in the slums of Ejigano. Back then, a kind woman used to give him food, teach him how to read, and remind him to dream big. That woman was Amara. She had once been a teacher, respected and loved, until tragedy struck, her husband died, debts mounted, and she lost everything. But even in her misery, she never stopped teaching the children of the streets. She had watched Oba rise from nothing. And now, disguised by poverty, she came back into his life, not to beg, but to test his soul. Oba fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. For the first time in decades, he felt like a little boy again. "What must I do?" he whispered. Amara looked at him softly. "Humble yourself. Use your wealth to lift others. Build schools, not just towers. Heal the city that raised you." That night, Oba returned to his daughter's hospital room. He held her hand, and for the first time prayed with sincerity. By morning, Zara opened her eyes. The news spread like wildfire across Lagos. The billionaire who once cared only for profit now became the man who built free schools, hospitals, and shelters. And at the center of it all was Amara, the woman everyone once called mad, now honored as the city's hidden guardian. And so, in the bustling streets of Lagos, people whispered a new tale. Beware how you treat the lowest among you, for sometimes, angels walk in rags.